Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale of Strange Bedfellows 2 Lost in Space. As the ships of our heroes make their way to the endangered planet, the floating armada of the Bureau of Xenological Research hangs in low atmosphere, preparing their final doomsday weapons. On board the flagship of the Federation Exterminatus Fleet, two ponies are watching their world in its possibly final hours. Black Suit is silent, but Jane, the original and actual Jane Doe, looks at the director, who has seemed increasingly excited and fidgety as the final preparations are made. The director turns to Jane and says, "You have no idea what a beautiful Dwang. This planet feels like a picnic." No, it's a Jew. No, so he looks at Jane and says, "Do you have any idea exactly how, momentous this day is?"
Am I role playing this?
Yeah, you're role playing this. I'm going to pull the FTL strand check real quick.
I have no idea.
Jane, I'm so glad I had the chance to meet you and your friends. I honestly don't think I would have been able to go through with all of this without having seen you all, the information I did from you all. The old director, he knew where this was all going. He knew where the planet was, but he kept that under hat. I think he was paranoid. I think he realized that someone might eventually take over and finish what he had the guts to do.
What was that?
Save an entire world. He reaches out and puts his hand on the glass, or like the plasteel of the leading out onto the space where the planet looms large beneath you. I am going to save an entire world. 2 entire worlds, each of which, without me, would be doomed to oblivion. Do you realize the momentous nature of that, Jane?
It sounds like it could be incredible.
Could be. He reaches into his shirt pocket and pulls a small amulet out and begins to finger it as you speak.
But surely there is incredible risk in what you're planning on doing.
Risk? There's no more risk than with anything, with any action. And while, yes, obviously, there is the risk that everyone on this planet will die, and that is a risk I'm willing to take because I'm going to save so many more people with what I do. He takes the knife and yanks it off his neck and holds it out for Jane's examination. Do you see this? Can you feel the energy coming off of this?
It's powerful enough that it burns to look at.
Yes. Do you know why that is?
I have no idea.
Because this is the most powerful object from a dimension that has never once that has only ever once been touched by this world. A dimension falling apart at the edges. He, kind of wraps the necklace around his hand and grabs a hold of the stone at the center of it. My home. Home that I'm going to save. A home that I was destined to save from the very first day I met your kind. Do you know what it's like to be alone, Jane?
I was alone when I was on the spaceship.
He reaches out and just rubs your head and says, yes, but didn't you have people with you? Friends? Those you could rely on?
I didn't have my family.
No. He ruffles your hair a little bit and says, I know how that feels, Jane. Jane. You remind me of myself. You know that? Actually, in fact, you remind me of a number of people I've met. A number of people like me across the spanning, yawning infinite of the multiverse. Do you know about the multiverse, Jane?
I've read a few articles on the subject.
It's fascinating, really. Infinite possibilities branching out at infinite points, and yet always similarities, always recurring motifs, recurring people. Jane. He bends down and looks at you directly in the eyes. Tell me, Jane, you've offered up your entire homeworld, your entire species, and all of your friends as a sacrifice to save your family. Can you understand why that is so important to me? Why it's so important that you understand what that feels like?
We're two of a kind.
We are, Jane. We really are. He stands up and, begins to rub the necklace, nervously. The person I took this from didn't understand. Stupid individual. Didn't understand what he had. Nor did the director. Director's ambitions were such small-scale things. Save his daughter, save a handful of people he cared about. Too small. Always too small. It's the problem with people. They always think too small, and then they think that your efforts to help them are some form of betrayal. That they can't see beyond themselves, beyond what they immediately have. They can't see the big picture, Jane. You see, these big cases, containers full, and the monsters that you had faced on the ship are locked inside of them. The machines that made those creatures are being wheeled to the gunnery stations. You know what that feels like, Jane. The frustration of what that is like. Being labeled as a traitor, as a monster. You understand.
I know what it's like to be different.
That's what we are, Jane. We're different. That's all. We think ahead. We think clearly. And that is why we succeed. He, places the necklace back around his neck and lets the amulet drop back into his shirt. We're going to save an entire universe, Jane. Me and you.
I hope you're right.
He reaches down and rubs her head. I'm always right, Jane. Please. I want you to feel like you can be comfortable with me. I feel like we're friends. We're so very much alike. You know, you can always use my name. I won't bite.
Whatever you say, Cameron.
He rubs your head. I thought so. prepare the cannons. And just as the guns are turned toward the unexpected planet below, a shuddering shockwave ripples through the ship, and everyone is flung several feet forward as three great battleships suddenly warp into space, only a few 1,000 meters from the Bureau Armada. Someone at the comm station calls to Director Cameron. Sir, we have confirmation. These are it's the returning fleet of Mr. McNulty. But there's something wrong. The ships have been painted. The director stands up suddenly and waves to the communications officer. Bring up, hail those ships. I want to speak with Mr. McNulty. And all three ships' comms suddenly spring to life as the three captains are brought face to face for the first time, on equal footing with Director Cameron.
And
What?
Jane.
Yeah, and actual
on the
Jane.
Conversation.
And yeah, you can see
Janes.
Jane. You can see Jane, physical Jane, and physical Jane sees Robo Jane. And the director says, "What the hell?"
Hello.
Who are you? What are you doing on this line?
You called
Everything-
us. What are you talking about?
Where is Mr. McNulty?
He's out.
Captain. He's a captain.
Captain McNulty. Where is Captain McNulty?
He's out. Step out
Taking a dirt nap or something. I don't know.
Wait a minute, Noble!
No, sorry, that was a urban colloquialism on his part. He is currently catching some rack time.
I understand the colloquialism.
I meant like a literal nap.
Yeah.
I
Dirt
see.
nap is death, dude. According to most people.
Yeah, well, excuse me for wanting to be direct.
Noble.
That's fair.
That... You babbling psychopath! So... You survived. All of you. I assume that the others are on board those ships.
Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
It won't do you any good. We're all ready to begin the process. You failed. Nothing can stop us now.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What is it
McNulty
you're
said
going
the
to do,
same.
Director?
Yeah, McNulty said the same thing to me right before I beat him up and took his weaponry. I think I'm establishing a pattern here.
Oh, you're cute. What does Jane say?
What is it that you're planning on doing, Director?
We're going to wipe out that entire planet and use the psychic energy of the population to tear a rift in space-time and save my world.
You're gonna save my world like you saved my planet?
What? Look, I don't... You're that alien, Zimmer, the one who was who was locked up. I don't know what the original director had to do with your planet, and frankly, I don't care. We're going to change history here. It has nothing to do with you or whatever personal ambition you're currently trying to, whatever personal slight you're trying to deal with. So why don't you fly on back to your own home world and, I don't know, sell people into slavery or whatever it was you were doing before we, locked you in that cage.
How about let's have a drink? I'll come over there. Zimmer would like to manually disconnect his comm.
Okay. Yeah.
And then Zimmer would like to put someone else in charge of the ship controls.
Jane
and
takes
is
over the ship
setting,
controls.
Yeah, and he's setting up the boarding party.
All right. So yeah,
Jane orders the boarding party for Zimmer.
So yeah, like Zimmer, as you're walking through the halls, barking orders, like over the comm, like you hear Jane saying to the crew. Jane saying to the crew.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something. Don't worry, Zimmer. I've already organised a boarding party for you. I have performed physical examinations of all of the crew members and have selected the cream of the crop to accompany you.
All right.
Yeah. So
Which ship are you taking?
They're currently all on board of the Clairvoyance. Are they going to take the Bojack itself, or are you guys going to take something else?
The Bojack would be a bit hard to stealth.
Yeah.
Onto their ship, wouldn't it?
Well, you see, there are multiple kinds of stealth. There's a stealth where you make there's a stealth where you're sneaky and stuff, and then there's a stealth where you make somebody watch one hand very, very closely because it's firing orbital lasers at them.
Oh.
Or there's there is
assume
stealth where you just kill everybody so fast that nobody has the time to notice.
I like that.
All
right. We're going
getting to the place where they can kill that many people. Especially, I assume this is something that we will be able to have retroactively done interpersonal bits where you were able to organize my crew and organize a plan of action.
Yeah.
When you send me a signal that you are disconnecting the Bojack from your current ship, I will just cut off whatever conversation is happening with the director and start firing the missiles and the lasers at him until
Until he's a smear.
All right. Yes.
All right. By the way, those of you who are on board the ship, Noble and Kat, are you guys going to join with the boarding party?
Yes, boarding party.
All right. So you're hearing the other thing. So meanwhile, the director is ordering his ships to, prepare to engage. They do outnumber you. There's about 3 battleships of around the class that you guys are flying. That 2 of you guys are flying with the director's own ship, which is actually even larger than those other ones. Currently focusing entirely on the planet. It's going to try and do the job while the battle goes on.
Is the director still in, like, a call?
Yeah, he's still talking to the other people on the call.
If you want to be in there, Jane Doe, you can. It's just Zimmer won't be in there.
Yeah.
Like, as you guys are ordering the thing, and as people are walking around, the director's just saying, I'm going to, the undead tore my world apart, and now I'm going to use the same monsters to, establish the link to save that world.
Would you shut up? Nobody loves you. You're fat and ugly and have no friends.
Oh,
I'm curious.
Thanks, Nero.
I'm curious. How is this supposed to help people?
Well, obviously it's not saving them, but it's saving the people that I care about. The actual...
Well, that's kind of an oxymoron because nobody cares about you.
No, okay, I'm interested. So, if your planet was already defeated by the undead, or even if it hasn't been, but it's in the last throes of agony and you no longer have a genetically stable population, how exactly is this supposed to help?
Well, obviously we're not going to save everyone, and also, space and time are very malleable. We can tear open the portal before things have really gotten out of hand, and as long as we save Octavia and Colgate and Kat and Dr. G and Brandon and all of them, then that's really the important thing. And my own family, of course.
And OC plug, and OC plug, and OC plug.
And all the other characters from the Pony Dead. It's fine.
I'll kill them myself.
Random question here, right? Just spitballing, ball in the park. you have to do it on this planet and to kill everybody on it. Is
Yeah,
that a thing
well-
that you have to do?
Well, they have the best genetic psychic stock. It's the easiest solution, and it should work fine.
Like,
I love how casual this conversation has gone.
just like spitballing here, director, and you know, because I think you've kept this plan secret when if you hadn't, we might have been able to help each other out a little bit, right? And then you might not have gone on some sort of xenomorphic rampage across the galaxy that murdered off half of the alien species.
That was not me. That was not me. I want to make this very clear. That was the last guy, and frankly,
Okay.
he was a dick, but he got results.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say we can, using your device, open a portal to save as many people from your world as possible. But in order to do so, we didn't have to murder a planet and everybody on it, but instead got a larger population working together to accomplish the same goal. And then, just bear with me here, with a larger population, using their psychic energy, we could distribute the power load more evenly and less fatally. And then you could send a strike team that was, say, 7 people large and able to take over 3 capital ships to go get as many people out as we could.
Well, I suppose that. I mean, there's no guarantee that these unreasonable horses would actually open up the Terran space-time. Plus, it would probably start a zombie plague anyway. So, I mean, really, ultimately, it's probably safer just to kill them and then, you know, to open the Terran when there's no one left to turn to a zombie.
Well, okay. So bear with me again, right? You guys might have some bad blood. Like, just a little bit. You know, with you intending to destroy their entire race and whatnot. If you sent down an emissary of, say, people who you might also have a beef with, but is trusted as a third party in this situation, to negotiate this sort of cooperative world-saving measure,
Mm-hmm.
we could save as many people as we could from your world. Because, dude, I mean, I've got this entire ship. I can fit a lot of people on it. You know, I mean, there's 2 more of rather large size where that came from. And we can negotiate some sort of settlement that benefits all 3 parties in some sort of method. That, you know, doesn't end with their death.
To be fair, that might work. Maybe.
And look, just a question. Have you identified the markers that would make for a psychically superior individual?
Oh, yeah, so it's a couple of them down there, especially. If we just kill those 2, that would take care of the whole problem. It's just that I'm pretty sure we kill their monarchs, then they're probably going to all start swarming around and murdering everyone.
Right. So bear with me. Are you able to do it in other races that aren't human?
Oh, of course. These aren't humans. They're horses.
And
Basically
ones
animals. No
that
offense,
are,
Jane.
Yeah. And ones that are human.
Oh, and the ones that are human?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're basically going to blend them up and make genetic super monsters that will be able to open the rifts for us.
No. What I'm asking is, are you capable of identifying the same markers in a human population?
Sure, I mean, there's definitely been some, but, you know, very few with as much power and none with the sort of consistency here.
Right. So, what I'm asking for, because, I mean, that's just kind of the thing that happens, right? Is Captain Zimmer's going to come over to you and be a direct liaison to another person who is down on the surface. And we would like to negotiate a party of people that they can open the rift for and we can get the population of your world off of it.
He sits back down in his chair and rubs his chin. I suppose that would be acceptable.
Yeah. Especially if you're, like, okay, have you figured out how to manipulate space and time so that we're sure we're going to the right place?
Oh yes, absolutely. He pulls the amulet back out of his shirt and says, "This is a link back to my anchor back to my own dimension. I took it off of some idiot we murdered back in the early days of the infection."
All right.
Ganked fucker.
So, what I want to happen is for you to give me the evidence of the breakout that you have that happened when you were over there. Right?
Right.
And then I want you to send me back 2 months before the plague.
I see.
And then I want you, with a big, like, I want you to send me back with a ship that's big enough to cart an entire, as much of a planet's population as we can, off of it.
Well, actually, I suppose if you killed that universe's version of the original director before he tore open reality, you'd probably stop the play from happening in the first place and no one would die.
That sounds like a perfect idea.
Well, I mean, except for that director, but I'm pretty sure we can all mutually agree that that's okay.
Oh yeah, no, I killed him and tossed him to his own creation back when I originally took over. He
Okay,
presses
I mean,
a
if
button.
this dildo can kill him,
He
then I
presses a
think it's
button.
okay.
he presses a button and like the window that Zimmer had been in before, like changes to a horrifying amalgamation of human bodies, like many of which are horned and have strangely colored hair, that appear to be like tearing apart the remains, like the ragged remains of a human body. Yeah, he was saving that one for emergency, but turns out they weren't really fond of him.
So, I'm sorry, I believe we got off on the wrong foot, Director. Bruce
Please, Cameron.
Humphreys. Bruce Humphreys. Best manhunter in the Outer Rim.
No, okay, well, you all right, Zombie, why don't you take over for Cameron now that things have slightly changed? Meanwhile, Zimmer, you are in the ship, you're listening to this whole conversation.
He's like, what the fuck is going
I'm
on?
sure we all are.
Hold on. I was going to say this a while ago, but I was waiting for you guys to finish the conversation. Jane, while that whole conversation is going on, Jane AI asks Jane, "Where is your family?"
Well, they're on the planet.
You haven't picked them up yet?
And haven't been able to. We were
And he's going to destroy the planet.
The director sent down a strike team to collect them. That was part of the deal.
I don't trust that.
I don't either. She reveals a large knife that was hidden in her uniform. I was actually going to stab him with this, but that seems like that's changing as well.
God damn it. That is Jane Doe.
Zimmer on like the ship,
Yeah.
ferrying him over to their ship.
Yeah, Zimmer's
Or, like-
currently flying over there. I assume, Will, unless you've changed your mind.
Well,
In essence, you're a
I
negotiator.
don't know. It's kind of oddly. Oh, they made him a negotiator, huh?
Yeah, now he's officially in the negotiating party.
Okay, well, that's fine then.
With
Yeah, he
with
didn't-
their honor guard, of 100 well-trained killers, but
it's fine.
an honor guard.
Yeah, Zimmer, like midway through, is like, all right, don't shoot as soon as we exit.
Understood.
Change of plans.
Okay.
We're not shooting.
We're not shooting.
Jane
Okay.
contacts Zimmer and says, "I need you to secure organic Jane for me."
Oh, we're not shooting
Sure thing.
things.
And also says, oh, never mind.
Is this something? By the way, just a thought.
Mhm.
Actually, give me a moment. Zombie, knowing that my character is doing the negotiation at the moment, securing her, would that be something that securing Jane, would that be something that you might also put on my agenda as well?
Sure, but
like you can do it with a text message
yeah.
to the ship.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I was just gonna have I can't imagine the director's gonna really. Jane AI isn't thinking that the director is gonna freak out if the real Jane just sort of just says, "Oh, I'm just gonna go."
Yeah.
Jane sends out that text to notify him, and it says, one credit has been deposited from your account. And the message.
Oh God. By the way, Zombie. Since you're playing the director Cameron, he is the same character as in Pony Dead, just that he's no longer possessed because he's no longer in the universe where the force possessing him was based. So he's not his own man again, just filled with, crazy. With
Lust for revenge.
Yeah. Because the director still killed the original director still killed the shit out of you, which is part of why when you got to this universe you killed his doppelganger in this universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna go get my family.
Okay. So Jane's gonna go.
In case this
all falls apart.
All falls apart, I'm gonna have my family on the ship.
Yeah, the Chief Irons
It's all
is,
a trap.
like pipes up over the intercom as the Bojack is being ushered into the landing dock of the capital ship of the Bureau of Xenological Research, and says, "So, are we all powering down our weapons, because frankly, staring down 3 battleships with fully charged weapons is making me a little nervous here."
I understand your predicament. However, you have a much larger force.
Well, actually, I think we're smaller by a lot.
Well, hold on, is that true?
Your force has one less ship. That one less ship is a capital ship, and they have 3 of the battleship classes that you guys have 2 of. You do have that one souped-up ship that's about on par, but it's kind of designed for ground landings, not big space battles.
I understand your predicament. However, you wouldn't have gotten this far if you weren't crafty. So, question. How would you feel about an exchange of personnel in order to make sure that we don't fire on each other?
Listen. Yeah, okay.
What does he care about his own personnel?
What makes you think that he won't just fire it anyway?
Yeah.
By the way, to answer this question, this is how I get Jane and his most competent bridge personnel.
Okay.
This is how I do it.
Okay, so Director Cameron, do you agree with these terms?
To having some of my men sent over to their ships.
Yeah, to have Jane and a few of your, trusted, bridge crews sent over to the other ship as a
Sure
show of faith. Okay. So, as the Bojack arrives and everyone is escorted up to the bridge, Flesh and Blood Jane and the others are sent down to the Bojack and take off back for your fleet.
Yeah. By the way, I am also going to, as a show of appreciation, send back Captain McNulty.
Okay. McNulty seems genuinely confused at what's going on at this point. He was all ready to die for the cause, and now it seems the cause is kind of decided, fuck it, it's not really worth dying for, actually.
Yeah. Keep in mind that the people who he was willing to die against are now negotiating terms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like,
he's just
this is
kinda-
also something entirely unexpected. Like,
Yeah. So he's like, okay, and it's like brought back over, and actually, like when he arrives on the deck, he does not acknowledge Director Cameron at all because, as far as he's concerned, that is not, like basically he's the current like holder of the position, but he's not his buddy. You killed his buddy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that, obviously, but Director Cameron murdered the shit out of this guy's best friend.
Oh god.
When Kat gets up onto the deck, she immediately looks at Director Cameron and says, "You know, the first time when I was about to come here, like 5 minutes ago, I thought the moment I would step up here, I would probably have this knife in your neck. So we are on much better terms than when we started 5 minutes ago."
You're a bit shorter
Hi,
than I
Kat.
thought.
It's good to see you again, Kat. Even if you are a bit different.
Oh, so you've met me before?
I have. Bit of a bitch, but a friendly sort.
You notice
Well,
that
like-
her leg is still gone, at least.
Oh,
Oh.
Well, then.
Director, please be good to my XO. She is competent, and I would hate to have to try to replace her. And also, she's a good drinking buddy.
understood. The same goes for Jane.
Alright, now, what do you say I go down to the planet with and we start doing this negotiation of getting a smaller portal to save as many people as we can and get that whole logistical setup done.
Okay, then. Let's do that.
Okay, so yeah, you begin like planning this all out. You still have to negotiate with people on the planet when you get down there, but you arrange a crew that, just for the sake of making this convenient, it includes all of the player characters.
Yes. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to BioJane real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so your family's still down there and you're worried about getting them out.
Yes, I think
Do
my
they have...
AI
what other-
copy is planning on helping me.
What kind of communications arrays or any sort of nonsense do they have down there that I can help, that I can talk to the main planet for? With?
Fucking nothing.
Technology doesn't really
Oh, are they
exist. We have magic or psychic powers, as Derek has been calling them.
Can you reach your family down there and tell them to be the people who greet us at the dock and then sneak onto the ship that we came in on?
I don't have psychic powers. Only some of us do.
Ah, gotcha.
You,
So-
you had a few people with psychic powers. They're dead now.
Hey, what about
Colgate's still
Colgate.
around somewhere, but
Oh yeah.
Colgate's
was
still
Bojack.
floating in a tube.
Actually,
Oh,
no.
what was that?
are
Blue?
No,
those-
she was.
Oh no, yeah, she
She
got
was on the
healed.
Bojang.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 So you actually at this mention, a hobbling zombie sewn together from like tattered skin, like it looks like a horse with a horn sticking out of its head.
Does that mean she's bald?
Yeah, it's partly bald. She also smells of ether. She
I rolled
hobbles
like
down
a
the thing.
16. Jeez.
What's that?
I rolled like a 16.
Oh, okay. So like, yeah, she's
I have a
she's
question,
basically.
because-
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she's
I
still bald.
do have psychic powers.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you'll be able to contact them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
They
yeah,
are,
like-
however, fairly short range. The one I can use to talk to them is telemagery.
Yeah.
So what I need to know is how good can they sense? How far away can they sense a power being used?
They can sense it from a long ways away. They can't necessarily like contact you from a long ways away.
That's fair.
Alright. Yeah, like Colgate like stumbles into the thing. It's like, all right, you need help with something.
Telemagery. If we work together, we can probably get it done.
Okay, that shouldn't be impossible.
All right. So I'm gonna work in concert
All right.
with the giant abominations. We're gonna see my image. No offense.
That's probably for the best. She
Yeah.
tries to give you a smile, but it just kind of looks like this like toothy grimace as parts of her lip are gone.
Oh, Alan.
All right,
All right.
roll me willpower plus any levels in the art, the
Yeah.
psionic. By the way, Zimmer, what are you going to
5.
follow the instructions and fly down to the capital, or do you have a plan?
Oh, he's totally gonna do it.
Okay, cool. Did you bring anyone else from the crew with you, aside from the PCs?
I don't know how anyone specific really.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Besides, like that one guy that was like captain of the Bojack for a temporary time. That was like.
Yeah.
All right. He's probably co-piloting for you because of the fact that your co-pilot's also, fried chicken right now.
Yeah. So just a question: Bojack, or no, Jane Doe, giant pony, right?
Original. Well, yeah, like basically, miniature pony, more like, but yeah.
Yeah.
Horse.
Okay. So it is a planet full of people, at least
Yeah.
as far as my character expects, like that, right?
Yeah, of
Yes.
small, colorful horses and also zombies, based on Colgate.
Okay.
Freakish abominations of science.
You yourself have only been exposed through Jade.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Right.
funny.
I now
Zimmer's
see.
seen Victor.
Yes.
Yeah.
God.
All right. So my willpower. I rolled a 14 on it,
Okay. And Colgate rolls.
and that's willpower plus. So that's 24.
Okay, yeah. Colgate adds to your thing, and you are able to actually send out a message. So you put your hands against your temples and send out a projected message.
Yo, we coming for your ass.
No, not that quite.
Take us to your leader.
I come from. I come from a world far away, and I understand that you are in a bit of a crisis. We too are in a bit of a crisis, and I believe that we can help each other. I will, if you permit.
Basically, they can't respond to you. You're basically projecting
Yeah.
images into their heads.
If you permit such an action, please light a signal fire on the planet in your capital city, and I will come as an emissary to meet with you and
Alright.
discuss how we can resolve both of our problems.
So as you send out this message, there's a brief, period of nothing really happening as you float in low orbit, and then suddenly a massive burst of golden fire erupts from a city on a tall mountain.
How the hell did they get there that quickly?
Well, it's,
They're
It's the sun.
They just set an entire forest.
you also notice for some fucking reason the star that this planet is revolving around has moved slightly, so the planet is now in its daylight cycle.
I am going to hail the director again.
Right? He's standing next to you, by the way.
Oh, he is? Never
Yeah.
mind then.
This is the first
Direct-
solar system
director.
of which the sun.
What-
Where is everyone? Sorry.
The
I'm
roles are there,
confused.
yeah. You're all on board the Bojack, flying down to the ship, flying down to the
Okay.
planet.
Yeah. By the way, I would take a team with me.
Oh yeah, no, you got the you have Zimmer's handpicked, Jane Doe's handpicked team for Zimmer, who are serving as bodyguards.
Okay, so
So-
that's like a larger
Cream of the
force than
crop.
I would actually
So-
personally take, but yeah.
So does that mean Equestria is larger than their sun?
Yeah, because there's
In
basically
a
a tiny
scientific
star.
term,
Yeah, there's a tiny star. There's an actual proper sun that's so far out that it's basically sheds no light on this planet. But then there's a smaller, almost miniature star that circles the planet in orbit.
Wow.
It's a weird fucking
So-
planet.
Director, what can you tell me about the monsters that my people are about to go down and face? Not the ponies. Ponies are chill, as far as I know.
Are there monsters?
Well, the horrifying monsters that they were going to launch at the planet, but no, I think he's asking about the zombies from the
Yes.
original Dimensional Rift.
Yeah.
Are there?
Can you tell me about?
When we go
they don't
through the
exist
rift.
yet. You can explain it.
Well,
They don't exist yet.
As far as I know, there should be no monsters on the planet prior to opening the rifts. After that, it's
What
hard to
about the
tell.
monsters that came through the rift?
There are a few types, I suppose. Best thing I could equate them to is zombies from literature. Eat the flesh and duplicate via the same process.
Headshot kills them.
Did headshots kill
Yes.
Duhad?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure
Alright.
that the party will not have that much of an issue with
Yeah,
cheese.
so like shoot him in the head. Zimmer like locks and loads the
Yeah,
massive
shoots one
pulse
shot,
rifle.
kills several of them.
Or just shoot them anywhere or anywhere near them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to because I assume that the people that were picked up were people from my ship, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where a majority of the
Combat personnel.
security force went.
Yeah. Don't worry.
So I'm
This is a
yeah,
cream of the
I'm gonna-
crop.
gonna walk over to him. All right, men.
Yes.
Bogeys
All them
look
saying
like
yes
rotting
and
flesh.
salute.
Bogeys look like rotting flesh. Aim for the head. Nothing else will do. Especially with the weaponry we've got you equipped with. It's a little bit subpar compared to some of the stuff you're used to in the Outer Rim. Now, other than that, what I want you to do when we land is secure a perimeter around the capital city. I want no person singularly to be left alone. I want you to work in pairs, at a minimum. Depending on the perimeter size, shrink it down to 3 and 4 respectively.
They all in unison salute and say, "Yes, Commanding Officer Humphreys."
Humphreys.
Acknowledged.
All right, we're about to make planet full, and let's hope I
you
talk to ponies as well as I do people.
Yeah, you break through the cloud layer, and like Zimmer, you are flying the ship, so you see
Yeah.
like this large space has been cleared for you as the ship comes down, and it seems like a horde of multicolored creatures, like similar to the ones that you picked up back in that medical station all those weeks ago, have like gathered around to see the oncoming ship landing.
Do I see all the architecture?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like very human-y, but with an emphasis on quadrupeds.
I was not expecting them to be this primitive.
Your co-pilot nods and says, "Agreed. These primitive species are highly underdeveloped."
Yeah, hence why I'm talking to them and not a bunch of robots from out of science fiction to them.
That is an incorrect statement. Calling me a robot is offensive. I take umbrage with it.
Wait, who was that said that?
The AI of the ship when
Yeah,
I
what is?
prefer to refer to him as a massive dildo.
Wait, hold on, no. What's this gentleman's name?
I can't remember.
Hugh.
Oh yeah, Hugh.
Hefner.
Hugh Mannings.
I apologize, but do you see where primitive species might not make the distinction?
Acknowledged. It is inappropriate. I apologize and feel sad appropriately.
Well, we will work with them after this together in order to ensure that further mistakes are not made on their part.
Indeed. Though I believe that Commanding Officer Zimmer and capital ship AI Jane Doe would be ideal negotiators for this meeting.
I will highly doubt that.
Right. So you're gonna have a talking vessel
It
and
is
somebody in a giant metal suit of armor.
the ship
Well,
command.
I mean, someone in a giant suit of armor that comes from a planet that also had primitive species that was glassed. I'm pretty sure.
To be fair, the situation really does not call for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
We're making
someone
first
who has
contact.
experience in a similar.
Again, this is not something I'm doing alone, but
Yeah.
making first contact, I am going unarmed and unarmored, aside from my mono whip.
I think just again to prevent it from turning into a one-man show, I think everyone will be speaking to
Right.
the negotiators.
What I mean is, as far as like introductions and stuff go,
like just
I think they would respond
Sam.
better to something that didn't look like it was terrifyingly murderous.
Well, I mean, maybe you do look terrifyingly murderous. I mean,
aren't I
ugly
coming
human
along?
face?
With our men with their Blood Bowl skulls painted onto their
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah, the Hydra
Right.
agents. Like,
To be fair, like I'm coming along. So-
yeah.
oh,
yeah.
but
Do you
you're
have? Do you
after
still
the
have?
introduction.
Wait. Do you still have Doc
He has
G's
a
like skin on?
he has a human skin on.
Oh yeah, you can skin on.
Yeah, if I wanted
It's
somebody,
like I'm still wearing like the headdress, but
Yeah.
keep in mind, if I was looking at this to be a completely non-threatening mission, I would have sent Alfred.
That machine is
Like, granted, we wouldn't have gotten
underpowered.
anything done, but he would have been the least threatening figure among us.
The
Okay,
one
but he
who
wouldn't have- he would've
wants
been like-
world domination?
He would have been like, hey, and if you don't move,
hey,
just
that's pretty good.
hey, you know what we have? We have guns pointed directly down, right at your capital.
This is a witty
He
and
just
correct
comes in and-
observation, Captain Zimmer.
He just comes in and goes, "Hey, that's pretty good."
So,
That's literally it.
capital ship. I have
Acknowledge.
to distinguish because there are two current Jane Does present. Capital ship Jane Doe. You
Yes. Yes.
Are you able to transfer yourself into a physical form? Or
I will
project
be
yourself in a hard light
able
manner?
to do that. Jane immediately, without a second's delay, ejects herself back into her body.
Ejaculates.
The co-pilot looks back and sighs. I suppose that was necessary.
You see
Sure.
this metallic representation of the organic Jane Doe stumble out of a closet, body twisting crazily as she readjusts.
Finally
Mo-
coming out of the
Yeah.
closet. Are
I
you?
should have, I told you to give that body a spin before you use it.
The motors are like
Sec-
clicking as they like go too far in the wrong direction, and then her eyes light up and she falls down.
Okay. So,
The ship lands.
Right. negotiation team? Let's pray this works, because if not, we're all on a singular planet that an entire fleet is capable of destroying.
Well, we
Pray.
still have our
There is no
Yeah.
God.
So as you as you say this, the hatch begins to lower, and like these huge billowing clouds of like pressure of like air pressure like shoot out to like stabilize like the atmosphere inside and outside, and it's like these big billowing clouds of smoke. And basically, you know that scene where the Emperor comes out of the ship in Return of the Jedi. That's basically what you guys look like right now.
I prefer
Yeah.
to look like Luke Skywalker going into the realm of Jabba the Hutt, but
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
Hold on,
Vic,
be right
Vic
back.
makes sure to stay back behind everyone else so as not to just intimidate the Christ out of everybody.
I'll come out I'll come out at front for the beginning.
cat will walk next to him.
I mean, Zimmer would be in the second. Wait, are we all going at once, or is he going? I'm confused.
Like, okay, we're all going at
We're all on the
once,
boat.
but I-
Okay.
yeah.
Yes,
I
we're all
want to
on the boat.
introduce you before all of a sudden
Okay.
this person in a giant metal suit comes out and says, "Hello, fellow primitive beings." Like, I would like a semblance of order to how we talk to them first.
Yeah. All right.
And I assume we would be the best for that.
So, like, yeah, as you're discussing this, you hear a call from outside saying, "Greetings, travelers from the stars." There's a
Hello.
loud gasp from the crowd as your voice emerges from the ship.
Yeah. So, shall we, guys?
Yes.
Now,
Not just gonna
Don't-
stand.
Barley,
So-
play the music while we exit.
Alright.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hugh Manley
Dun 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 dun.
yeah, immediately like, turns on the Imperial March and then says, "Oh, I apologize. I mean, Brandy. Sorry, Bradley, turn on the music." "Oh, good. You've already done it. Very well done, Bradley. Brandy. Barley."
chariots of fire. Let's do that.
Let's turn on people equals shit.
How about not?
Terrible idea.
So yeah, you guys slowly like crawl out of the ship, and you see a crowd of small, colorful horses gathered around, staring at you in shock and awe. And at their front, 6 equally colorful horses, none of whom you recognize. They just basically look like other horses, and one really tall white horse.
One of
That-
these things doesn't belong here.
Yeah, and this massive
going
white horse steps forward in front of the crowd and says, "On behalf of my world, I greet you."
I'm gonna bow.
I'm going to curtsy.
Thank you
Zimmer
very
will
much
bow
for
as
your
far as
hospitality.
he can without.
Yeah, there's like a
losing his
whistling.
balance.
It's like,
Vic does
Well,
one
no,
of those
he
like
doesn't-
sweeping bows.
No, remember his suit is now extremely well
Oh, yeah.
maintained, so it's not
Oh, yeah.
grunting and like.
Okay, so
screeching.
no, so it's like an Iron Man thing. There's like a clang as you take a step forward to bow,
Yeah.
and like it's like super cool and just like little hits of mutters.
Both Janes roll their eyes simultaneously.
Yeah.
The
but,
big white horse, which Jane, you alone recognize as Celestia, spots Jane. Actually, Nero, you say your thing first, though.
Yeah. Vic just does like one of those big stage style sweeping bows and just goes, "Milady."
God
Celestia
damn it!
ignores you and looks at Jane and
Part of
says,
me.
"Oh my,
Go ahead.
is my dear, you are a pony." She like walks forward to like look over Jane specifically and is like, "What? I'm surprised. Are you from here, or
Of course I am.
This is extraordinary. I apologize." She looks at the rest of you. "I don't mean to be rude, but this is truly extraordinary." And then from the crowd, you see a very familiar, whoever the fuck is still alive in Jane's family. Who would that be?
Okay, I was looking for a character family's sheet, but I've lost it.
Okay, I believe it was just her sister at this point.
No, her father is passed away in the time that she's been gone.
Okay.
Her stone golem that she made. I rolled all of this on the thing, and this is what I got.
Oh no.
Riley and Simon. Yes.
Alright. So your mother is still alive, or is she dead as well?
Oh, she doesn't have a mum. She's an orphan.
Oh, right. Well, okay, she's definitely an orphan now. Okay, so who are Alright, so Riley and Simon are both stone golems?
No, just the stone golem is.
Oh,
I never
wait,
came up with a name for it.
she has a sister. Who are Riley and Simon?
Okay. Do you want me to I can talk
Just
about her backstory
explain it briefly.
all day? Okay.
Briefly.
Jane was... Okay, Jane is slightly younger than her sister. Her sister and her parents went to the clinic when Jane was being born. Unfortunately, there was a breakout of poisonous like monsters that attacked the hospital at the same time. So her parents died in the incident. Jane and her sister, however, were rescued. So they both became orphans. They then spent most of their lives, obviously, as orphans, and made some friends who became like a sort of little gang thing of the most neutral people you've ever met, where they just tried to stay out of all of the thieving and stuff that the other kids did in the orphanage.
Alright.
So that's Riley.
Sounds
Riley and her sister and her were all best friends.
Alright, and then Simon... Oh, God, there's more.
Jane was adopted by... Oh, it was... she was confused for the son of a very rich nobleman. And...
Nobleman.
And so he adopted her when what was actually happening was his real daughter had gone mad. So he adopted Jane in order to keep face. Take her place.
Okay.
Jane didn't find that out for 5 years. Jane then hired on, when she became old enough, her sister and Riley to work for her at this house of nobility. Then her sister fell in love with Simon, who was a griffin, and Jane hated him. It was like a respectful dislike of each other. And then she built a stone golem with her best friend, the cleric.
Simon?
Yes.
Okay, well, right, well, Riley and your sister, all these motherfuckers, like, run over to you and, you know, like, the little orphan you befriended, who's an adorable little English ragamuffin, you know, comes over and is like, oh, blimey, it's Jane, she's back. Run over and hug you, Jane.
So apparently they're from Cockney then.
They're from Cockney, yeah, they're Cockneys.
Or South London at least.
Hey, look, it's Tiny Tim.
Can I have some more?
Oh, there. That's, you know, you gave us a right proper scare there, didn't you, Jane?
The real Jane
What?
hugs and like kisses and says hello and everything. And
Get off me, you muppet!
However, Jane AI doesn't go anywhere near them, and she stands back as far as she can out of sight of her family.
Yeah,
So
stone
essentially
golems.
you're saying the only way that they could be more stereotyped as poor is if they were Irish, right?
Well, yeah, well, no, her sister, meanwhile, is like, sure, big oil, you left me all alone. I didn't know where you could have been.
God damn it.
She's just holding a mug of beer while she talks.
Dude,
Yeah.
look, we're not all drunks, okay? That's a misnomer.
I know, I'm not saying she's
yeah.
drunk, I'm just saying she's holding a mug of beer.
That's fair.
So, yeah, like, this is all going on. The big white horse turns back to the rest of you and says, welcome to our world. You contacted us on a matter of some urgency?
Yes. I hear you're having a problem with flesh-eating monsters.
She's like looks around and like everyone in the crowd starts like whispering like, wait, what? What about? She's like, I mean, aside from
maybe it's best for us to speak in privately.
Oh, indeed. By the way, my name is Celestia. I am the ruler of this land, and you are. She first looks at Zimmer, who had offered, who had spoken last.
He offers his hand out for like a handshake. I am Captain Zimmer of a you may not know, but of a ship that flies in space.
Captain Zimmer. It is a
Vic
genuine
just kind of mutters, that doesn't really narrow it down.
Well, she seems incredibly impressed.
The whole idea is that she wouldn't know what a fucking spaceship is.
I know, but
like,
Vic just kind of mutters that to himself.
Yeah, well, Celestia ignores that. It's like seems genuinely impressed. Like, Captain, your marvelous machine is something I really must hear more about. It's truly fascinating. And you, she turns to Humphreys. You are the leader of this troop.
I am the king of these idiots.
Yeah, I am the
King of these
militant
idiots.
advisor to these people.
Close
On this
enough.
matter that you wish we spoke more
I am
about
the
privately,
military
I didn't
advisor
realize
to
that.
people.
Of course.
Shut the fuck up, Nero.
I would like
Jesus
permission to have my teams secure the perimeter of the capital city.
I am afraid I cannot allow foreign soldiers, even well-intentioned ones, to roam freely through my city and secure it. I hope you
I
understand.
never said anything about freely, man.
Well, if you are willing to be escorted, then of course it's of course an understandable precaution. Of course. You've clearly have reason to have come all this way from the depths of space. So,
Yes. But the reason that I believe you heard my voice or somebody heard my voice initially. So, the matter that I was speaking of is this matter is something that we can help you deal with effectively and expediently. However, there is something that only your people can help with.
I understand. I will hear it, but first, I apologize. I must greet your companions. Miss, she turns to you, Cat, and offers a, gold-clad hoof.
She will she'll reach down and under and shake it. Hello there. My name is Cat Caroline. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Miss Caroline, it is truly, truly a pleasure. And you must be some sort of a hunter? She looks at Noble.
In a sense, yes.
I see. She looks back at Cat, who is like,
You don't want to know, face. Just
yeah. She kind of gives you okay, is he safe?
Just don't ask about it.
She slowly raises her hand and shakes it as somewhat.
Yeah. I would like to clarify one thing real quickly.
Noble just kind of sighs and goes, okay, I realize that I don't exactly look like the nicest person ever, but I'm not exactly here to fight. You probably know that already.
Yeah. Just real quickly, I would like to clarify. I am in my white-clad uniform.
Oh yeah, no, you look like a respectable leader type person. She totally gets that.
Like the Grand Admiral Thrawn Imperial uniform-esque type thing.
Yeah, no, she turned to Kat in that case, not because she thought oh, this must be the leader, but because she still looks like a cop, where you look like foreign monarch.
I love how we all have different stuff. You look like a fucking Grand Admiral, while I look like fucking Darth Vader.
you look like a super space adventurer.
It also makes sense. Cat was the civil one, where I was curt and professional.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
That was our dynamic.
I just wanted to make sure that was come forward, because I said I was coming as unimposing as possible, but I still didn't want anybody to attack me.
Yeah.
No,
she has a high opinion of all of you right now, and Jane, you're still being tackled by all of your friends and family. But they kind of let off you as Celestia's but please, we have matters to discuss. It seems.
We would not be here if it wasn't of the utmost for your own well-being. Utmost importance for your own well-being.
We should probably make haste. Yeah, that's the term.
Yes,
make haste.
Do you have a secure building that we can speak in?
Of course. This way to the palace, we have secured rooms that we can speak in.
Let's fly to the castle.
Just for flavor's sake, can there be like some sort of weird out of place quartermaster running around?
Yeah, there's absolutely, like, as you guys are walking to the castle,
Carrying the cart of goods behind him.
This quartermaster and a large buffalo walk past, arguing about apples.
And and then in the distance you see like a griffin and a clad white and blonde-haired horse walk around, and
they're discussing something as like a shifty-eyed, perfectly normal-looking horse, follows them at a short distance.
So essentially, like, the war's over, but the hilarious party is still together on accident.
Yeah, basically.
Just because, like, I picture it as my character was never able to leave the quartermaster role.
Basically,
Yes.
yeah. So you're all escorted into this big room, though, and the doors are closed behind you. And she, as you're all seated and given, nice vegetarian fare that may or may not be to the taste or edibility of a number of you.
Yeah, Zimmer can't eat that.
Yeah.
What exactly is it?
It's like just apples and like grains and a lot of wheat and shit. Like some of the stuff is totally inedible to humans. Most of it is basically just vegetables and fruits.
Do you have any fish or something that
Of course,
carnivores eat?
we keep some for diplomatic visits, and I'll have some brought to us. But first, let us discuss this issue at hand. She settles herself down and waits for you guys to explain what the fuck is going on.
So, flesh-eating monsters. Who wants to?
I'll take that one. So, you guys are having a problem with an incursion that my people are able to deal with. However, in order to solve this problem entirely and also help us with our problem, we need the cooperation of your most psychically gifted magically or psychically gifted individuals to help us solve the problem in its entirety.
I see. She, kind of just like thinks for a moment and says, assuming there is no direct risk to me or my subjects, that should not be a problem.
It would be a calculated risk that we are willing to negotiate terms on.
Calculated risk. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask for more details about that.
Of course.
Director, by the way, you can pipe in here with an explanation of what the fuck is going on. Actually, here, I'll explain part of it, because some of this is involving like information that you guys don't have yet as a player zombie, but then you'll take over the director again. So the director basically explains that an individual in another universe is planning on crossing the gap between worlds in order to, essentially, the way he puts it, kidnap one of this world's subjects, Rainbow Dash, and in doing so will cause a apocalypse that will destroy both worlds, raising the populations of the dead populations of each into ravenous zombies, which will devour everyone else. And he goes on to explain that while that was going on, like, history was essentially, like, the multiverse was essentially repeating itself in this universe, as the original director of the Bureau of Zoological Research, which I'm assuming you're like just super light on details on here at the diplomatic meeting, had set to kidnap a number of specimens from this world in order to use to find a way of bridging the gap from this side, which would also result in the same sort of catastrophe. Those original test subjects mostly died in unrelated incidents that no one here needs to worry about too much.
Clearly.
Partially due to a unexpected terrorist act, which also put a biological weapon that no one also has to worry about too much into the hands of the Bureau of Zoological Research, who were totally not going to use it to destroy this planet. But now,
Yeah.
since the problem is contained on this side, if it can be contained from the other dimension side as well, it can be completely stopped and guarantee the safety of both realities. And they're back. That's all on player knowledge. So I relinquish control of the director back to you, Cameron. Sorry, Cameron. Shit.
And that's how I achieved the kettle run.
God damn it.
Kessel.
Castle
Sorry.
run under 5 parsecs.
40. Anyway.
Sorry.
I want your fucking Star Wars nerd card.
Sorry, it's been a while.
Right now. It
Oh.
has, no.
To be
talking
fair,
about-
it was a bad. Oh, sorry, yeah, let's continue.
What do you mean? There's no Star Wars in this universe? What's a Star Wars?
What is a War of the Stars? But yeah.
We haven't had a war yet.
Cameron is the only one who actually knows the reference. Director Cameron's the only one who knows the reference because he's the only one from a universe where Star Wars exists.
Well, I guess from Mercado, kind of, it might be there,
No,
but
it's
it'll be
like
very
weird
old.
alternate
Okay.
universe Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I just want Alfred, who never ever leaves my side, to start making Darth Vader breathing sounds behind Captain Zimmer right now. Because he's a clown, so he would do that thing.
Yeah, oh yeah, so yeah. Zimmer, you hear from behind you.
Zimmer checks his his speaker to see how the sensitivity is.
It's fine, you should be okay. The fish is brought out to you. So Celestia's like, oh my, this is alarming to say the least. I can't condone the deliberate attempt to kill another person, but I know the individual who you speak of, and I understand the obsession that drives them. They're...
I mean, it's
So-
I imagine Director Cameron, both Jane Does look over at Celestia and give her a very strange look at that answer of, I understand what drives them.
Well, at least they have seen it. Celestia's
we-
at least seen what drives them.
No, she looks directly at Director Cameron and says, we all have our skeletons. I won't ask about yours.
they're spooky and scary.
Like whatever happened to the Applejack Kingdom.
Yeah.
Anyway.
God.
Anyway, so moving right along.
Yeah,
So, are you and anyone else of very high, high power?
Let me start this. Would you and your
okay.
subjects be willing to help us?
I can convince them, though I am afraid I can't admit to them what the project will be working towards is.
We can disguise it. We can disguise it. Like, we're going for party favors or something. That's the thing you guys do, right? I look at the ponies. Like,
Yeah, Jane, how do you respond to this?
It's a party favors.
or like, we're going over for something, beneficial to long-term well-being for your planet. I said party favors because of the colorfulness of the world, which might be short-sighted.
This is
in
party
my view.
favors.
I never
because
had
he
a party.
Thinks they're so dumb.
Because I'm an orphan.
Oh.
There's just like,
I honestly don't care as long as the family lives.
we should be able to make that work. It's not a bad suggestion. Says he nods.
You notice that a lot of the elite guard, after Jane talks to them, seem to move to surround her family in a defensive manner.
So, Miss Celestia, was it?
That is correct. Though please, Just Celestia.
Yes.
It's fine.
I was raised in a weird, in a certain way that requires the moniker.
I understand.
If you could get all of your people to within this city through, say, throwing a festival of some sort, we could make sure that they are protected within the walls. My people can do that. While we engage in, while me and the rest of us within this party engage in our so-called mission, we could protect these people from the threat that is currently looming that they're not supposed to know about.
You could call it First Contact Fest to celebrate the first contact with unknown life from the stars.
Actually, no. Jane, upon hearing this, jumps up and goes, "Wait a minute,"
Yes.
and points at the director. Why the hell is your religion based on ours?
Ah, that. The director Cameron, well, I'm not playing again, apparently, sits back in this chair and steeples his fingers. I imagine you saw that on some of our ships. Yes, indeed. It was the design of my forebearer, the original director. He was obsessed, you see. Ever since the original cleansing of the clairvoyant disease which ravaged Earth millennia ago by his taken into account by his family, we have the Norse line had been obsessed with extinguishing xenological threats to the human race, but the previous director was an odd exception. He was obsessed with xenological life. A true xenophile. Yes.
Phobe.
No, file, because he
is
loves it.
afraid.
He's a xenophilic. He loves aliens. Yeah.
Right.
So he discovered this species, the ponies, if you like, and rearranged the Bureau of Xenological Research in order to find and research the species, hoping to unlock the secret of their psionic abilities and advance the human race. His actions would have eventually led to the destruction of this entire planet and possibly the galaxy at large. He was a sick, deviant individual. But
Well,
We don't know anybody like that.
no, not at all.
Anyway.
Is Chief Irons here? No?
So,
Okay.
director.
no, what was that? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Is Chief Irons here?
Chief Irons is in space right now.
Yeah, he's in space.
Sorry.
We needed at least one very...
He's probably
Sounds
still
prepared.
waiting. He's like, where is everyone? Are we supposed to tank?
Director.
Yes.
Look, I realize that we very much started off on a weapons-charged foot.
I agree.
I'm going to do everything in my power to save your home.
I appreciate that.
I want you to ensure me that you will do the same for this planet, and should we fail.
He looks out one of the windows and says, I lost people on this planet too. Friends and people I considered almost as close as family. I won't. If it can be saved, I won't allow it to be destroyed.
Thank you. Because honestly, these, I think they're ponies. I think from the old Earth lore,
The
are extremely hospitable.
yeah, the Celestia just kind of nods. That's close enough. And thank you.
Yeah. And your food is delicious, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We grow it all ourselves. Everything is organic on this planet.
Let me tell you about the superiority of algae.
Let me tell you about kale.
Yeah. I do notice, however, a distinct lack of apples.
Yes, we had a huge collection of them. Someone seems to have moved them for some inexplicable reason.
Oh, God.
God, this is great. Anyway.
I love how everything's connected.
Yeah, so you guys start like working out the like the things when like you just about got the whole thing established when you get an urgent call from the fleet in space.
I'm gonna
Obviously,
Open up the channel.
answers.
Yeah.
Chief Irons is on the horn and looks worried. Says, friends, we have a bit of a problem. The Federation has arrived.
Director.
The director looks a little nervous. Says, so there's a possibility that they may have realized what happened to the original director, Norse. They may also not be entirely in favor of everything that I've done in the name of saving my home world, or the rebellion you started. And if I'm not mistaken, they probably sent the High Admiral to deal with this personally.
Okay.
What is the name
so
of this High Admiral?
I am going to go deal with an admiral. You guys have everything handled here?
I'm
Yes.
going to assist you on dealing with the Admiral.
All right.
We stay as a
No.
group, Humphreys.
I am aware that I was hoping one of the others would volunteer. I know you can at least get the job done should I not be able to deal with the Admiral and saving the homeworld on the other side. However, I also know that having somebody I know and trust and didn't try to weasel me out of thousands of credits upon first meeting me is also an extremely equitable arrangement.
Zimmer quickly sends a text to Jane, and he's like, "I haven't forgotten about those 80,000 credits."
I promised 20,000.
80.
Yeah.
Damn it.
From me, for living on your ship, it was 20,000 because you had doubled the 10,000 fee, and then I got a different ship. So
I thought I paid for that.
yeah, but then they still doubled it because Zimmer is.
I
Vindictive,
don't remember
which is
him
not
doubling
paid.
it.
He didn't make you pay 10,000 credits. That's bullshit. He made you pay 1,000 each.
Yeah, it was 1,000 each. That's why I was able to afford it.
Otherwise, you'd be perpetually in debt. No, this is Jane Doe, the amount that she promised that Celestia could provide, could be provided to him as a reward for saving the planet.
Yeah, so like, do you bring this up to her?
No, to
Yeah.
Jane. He's a
No,
captain.
the Zimmer also bring this up to Celestia. It's like, hey, by the way, I was promised a reward.
I think he would do it after the mission.
Okay, fair enough.
That way he has better reason to convince her to do it herself.
Yeah, so who's actually talking to the Admiral?
Everyone
Cat and I
Are
are
we
headed up to the
making-
Admiral.
else can.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are just all gonna hang around and, like, hang out the view screen.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. The rest of us are probably
Alright.
gonna plan out for the mission.
All right, so you're like getting the portal set up, so the rest of you will jump through while he deals with the admiral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Humphreys, you pop on the line and you see a huge, you see the view from outside of like from out in space from behind Chief Irons, and there's this huge black capital ship flanked by an entire like fleet of Federation warships. And most of them are painted in kind of the same steely white that the ships you guys have are, but the capital ship is pitch black, like all the way over.
We might want to use their capital ship. That might be a good place to start.
Yeah.
Open up a frequency.
All right. A woman's face appears on the thing. She is wearing like high class clothing, but it doesn't really disguise doesn't hide the fact at all that she is like hard bitten as hell. Both of her arms have been replaced by sleek black like cybernetics.
Oh god.
And she's glaring into the screen.
Well, hello there.
And who may I ask am I speaking to?
You are speaking to... Shit. Fuck it. Whatever. Grand Admiral Humphreys.
Oh, wow. Someone's got a big opinion of themselves.
No,
Well-
just opinion of circumstance, ma'am. I assure you.
Well, Grand Admiral Humphreys, I assume then that you are the leader of this rebellion.
Graham Admiral Humphreys.
Admiral Humphreys. Sorry. Grand Admiral.
Fucking hell.
Rebellion might be a strong word for it, ma'am. I was merely concerned for the well-being of my people in a set of rules that we viewed were unfair and were not changing quickly enough.
How incredibly noble of you. See, the problem with that is you still are an open rebellion against the Federation right now, and you can understand why that might be a little bit of a problem, right?
I can
Now
understand.
with your leadership changes.
So, however, I have also been helping the director, and I assure you that all of the personnel that we could possibly save in our rebellion, or as I believe people in your stature would call it, minor squabble, were saved and are safely aboard our vessels.
I see. Speaking of the director of xenological research, I'm also here to arrest him.
Understandable. I completely understand that. However, are you at all familiar with the existence of different dimensions?
She pauses and very slowly steeples her fingers together. Go on.
There is a federation in another dimension that is essentially the equivalent of your own.
With a few
The director
changes.
and I are looking to save it.
Incredible.
I will, given a certain amount of leniency, surrender myself to you, as well as the director, upon completion of this task, and you are welcome to send down emissaries, but I do plead for temporary leniency while we do complete this task.
Cat is
because-
shocked by
God.
this.
Too goddamn sober to deal with you fucking people. Fine. You have 24 hours. Then we're taking then we're coming down and taking you by force. If
I
you come
also-
quietly, we'll spare the rest of your men.
Alright. By the way, there is also a cask of extremely well-done whiskey that I keep in my personal stash that I will have sent over to your ship right away.
She actually perks up a little bit at this and says, well, in that case, I suppose it's It's nice to know that the galaxy is full of such reasonable and eminently respectable individuals. Have it sent over to the Mubuse. We'll spread amongst the senior staff.
Of course. I'm going to. If you will give me one quick moment, ma'am.
Of course, of course.
I'm going to hail the current CO XO of our ship, which the acting captain.
Okay.
Send over that bastard Gibbons to the Federation flagship with my whiskey stash.
Understood, Commander.
Yeah. If he doesn't return, chalk it up to.
He is probably an ass.
He decided to resist their stealing of my whiskey because he was so patriotic. But that motherfucker has hit on my girlfriend for the last fucking time.
Understood,
Wait, you have a
Commander.
girlfriend?
Was he like, right away, sir.
Weren't you
I'm gonna
getting
swap-
married?
No,
Yes.
that was the ploy.
So
I know.
I'm swapping over. I'm swapping back to the Admiral. It is en route, ma'am.
Excellent. You're a good sort, Humphreys. Now, go about your business. You have 24 hours, then we're going to glass the entire planet if you haven't, if you try and betray me. But till then, cheers.
I may not, what I will tell you is that I may not survive, but there will
Yeah,
somebody able to contact you in my stead.
All right, it's fine. As long as you're dead or captured, then I've done my job. And that's the important thing.
How big of a
Well,
fleet
well,
has she
liquor?
got?
Was it?
How big of a fleet
Recruits.
has she got?
She has a huge fleet. Like, she has a fleet that's several times larger than the one that you guys have when combined.
So how about well liquored?
I like your style. I think I can get you off death row. Oh,
Awesome. If you'll give me one moment, ma'am, we're gonna swap back over to my.
What's her name, by the way?
it's Admiral Maltese of the capital ship Abuse.
Nice.
I'm gonna swap back over to my ship. Hey, you know those shine runners that we captured a while back?
I also remember those, sir.
Have all of them make their strongest, quickest liquor.
I can't.
Now. Yeah. Keep and have that sent over to the flagship in droves as fast as you can make it.
We're giving them all we got, Captain. We'll have them over as soon as we can.
Oh God, yeah.
Take on
Wait,
whiskey.
so does that mean that Mabuse is the AI on board?
Yes. Mabuse is the
Oh.
AI of the capital flagship of the Federation.
Oh.
Swapping back over.
All right.
Ma'am, we will at least during this excursion keep you entertained, well liquored, from some of the best outer rim booze we have, and your command staff will have access to my personal stash of whiskey.
For a bunch of stuck-up rebels, you're all right. I like you.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
I was
guts,
born a
fun,
Federation
kid.
cop. My job is to save lives, no matter how I do it.
Hell, you might just
Even
be
if
doing
it
your
involves
job.
ending them.
Godspeed, or whatever the hell you people believe in.
There is no god.
Good enough.
Yeah, right.
So, as you hang up, this rent in space and time, flares open behind you, and the rest of the party steps through it.
Yes.
Jane AI doesn't.
Jane AI does not. What is Jane AI doing?
She's going to go with Alfred back to the ship.
Okay. Well, we'll deal with what she's doing after we're done with the this other bit of the finale.
Also, she hands her guns to Real Jane,
Okay.
who does accompany the crew,
All right.
but also sends her family back with.
Fair enough. So yeah, the gate rips open, and the director basically says, based on my calculations, it'll start killing people within 2 or 3 hours of the of the initial opening, so we need to have it closed before then. So make quick,
yes.
people.
As far as the Federation, sir, I believe you underestimate my Shine Runners. However, Godspeed and literal Godspeed. Let's get this done.
Yeah. So y'all jump through the portal, and you guys land in the thing. And by the way, Graham, Morat, just to keep things kind of like going for different people, I'm going to have you talking while this is going on.
Okay.
So yeah, the rest of you who have done comparatively less this session, you all jump through to into the secret base of the director on modern Earth.
I see.
It's a large, well-furnished, and by the standards of the time, highly advanced facility, which by your standards means that it looks like a bunch of like fucking like giant wall-sized supercomputers, compared to what you guys actually use. There's a
man, they must have the GTX 1080s in spades.
Yeah, as you jump through, you actually see that you appear to be actually in like a special room designed to be used for portals, and a aging man in a wheelchair, kind of like glides backwards as you come through, looking shocked. My God!
Hello.
Come.
We're from the future.
He's like, what? He
I'm you.
reaches
from the
into his
future.
pocket and pulls
There was
out
no
a vial, quickly uncorks it, knocks it back, and then looks at you all again. Oh my God! This shit's working!
No, we're kidding.
Oh,
From a universe where everything isn't fucked up.
damn it! Stupid MK Ultra drugs aren't working anymore. Alright, well, your hallucinations, then fuck off. I have work to do.
What kind of work?
What do you think? I'm working on a portal. I can see it now. Yes. Just like in my visions.
Can I just say something really quickly, and then I think I'm gonna have to hop off.
Okay, sure.
So, can I have Humphreys have gone back and attempted to repeatedly seduce the Admiral? After quote unquote surrendering himself to her custody during the drinking festivities.
I'm not going to say what.
Here's the
Cat
problem.
has so many fucking questions that will never get answered.
Here's the thing. You may or may not be underestimating how much she can drink.
Yeah, I think we'd leave off on the story of Humphreys with him and the captain getting drunk together on board the Mabuse. Probably not getting charged for high treason.
Yes, that is fine.
He'll end up becoming part of the crew.
However, I'm going to leave the rest of the campaign in the capable hands of my cohorts.
Thank you very much. We've loved having you on. I hope to see you in the next campaign.
Very much so. Alright, talk to you guys later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Alright, so the rest
What
of you...
happens to me?
Well, you're with this group.
Am I? I
Yeah,
thought
you
Say that you are. It's
yeah,
fine.
you ran back
Right.
quick and jumped into this group.
Alright then.
I mostly want to separate Morath out so that the rest of you had a little bit more to do before the end of the thing. And since Jane is going to be doing her own thing, that also gives Nero, Blue, and Winter a chance to kind of start their stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, you're inside of the base.
If we are illusions, then how can I do this? Just slaps him.
My God, it felt so real. Wait, are you real?
My God, he's an idiot.
He pulls a radio out of his wheelchair, clicks it on, and shouts into it. I'm having hallucinations. They're slapping me. Voice from the radio calls back. God damn it! Stop using this line. It's for emergencies. You crazy spook bastard.
So,
who are you
tell
talking to?
I'm talking to my colleagues. Wait, what does the robot want to know?
Tell us what this place is.
This?
I mean, after all, we're just a figment, so it's really just you talking to yourself.
Oh. Yeah, well, hold on, roll me charisma plus smooth talking.
All
Oh,
right.
it is genuinely a good thing that he is a fucking moron.
Yeah, he's hopped out of his mind on drugs, so this should not be difficult.
I do not have smooth talking. I have haggling. But,
Okay, you can use haggling, I suppose. It's a little,
Okay.
little loose, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's a little loose. Whatever.
This is a goofy, fun finale, so whatever.
I have to add in a whole bunch of shit because I have stuff. Good thing I have some charisma. And then it's intelligence. Stats at 12.
Okay, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, this is a facility.
I never would have guessed that.
We're actually this is an underground laboratory we've set up in order to keep the portal experiment relatively contained. Director wants to make sure that everything keeps nice and off the books. He doesn't even let the rest of Aegis know what he's up to.
Where is it contained?
Oh, we're technically underneath this big old mansion up in the northeast. Just keep
Director,
everything
what's
nice
his
and
name? Director, what's his name?
I don't know. He never tells any of us. The rest of the cell keeps their names relatively, hush hush. Can't even remember what the name of that big guy in the SWAT armor is. Weirdo.
Oh! Oh my god!
It took you guys that long, really?
Something tells me.
Yes.
Something tells me
I-
that that's not the reason why you can't remember his name.
Yeah. Maybe. God
Maybe.
damn it.
Oh,
He takes another vial out of his.
La 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 la
coat
or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, you people should get moving. I got work to do. He pulls another vial out of his lab coat and snorts it.
all right. Let's get a move on.
Yeah, let's.
He should cement himself inside the vault.
God.
God.
So yeah, you guys head out into the facility.
Yeah. Vibro
Okay.
knife ready to go, but yeah.
So yeah, as you hurry through the facility, you actually see, it's relatively easy to navigate. It's not a terribly large place, and it's pretty well designed. You actually almost run into a African American woman who leaps out of the way as you run past with a gasp. And before too long, you find yourselves in front of the door marked director.
Oh my god, I forgot Hare's character in that game.
Yeah, she hasn't died in a car accident yet.
Not yet. Not unless we do a thing.
So yeah, you're in front of the director's door, though.
All right.
I'm going to. Is there like some place for me to set up my sniper rifle?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You like set it up and like lean down
Set
next to
up.
the door.
Face the door. Get ready.
Let's breach it.
All right. So yeah, who wants to breach it? Would
Oh,
Noble
I'd
with
like
his...
to just kick down the fucking door.
All right. So yeah, Zimmer kicks down the fucking door. Noble has his like psychic powers ready. You got the big ass sniper ready. You got the giant fucking gun ready. Like behind the door, you see this middle-aged man with a revolver suddenly stand up from behind his desk and say, "What the hell is the meaning of this?" My
We're
God.
stopping the apocalypse.
What? He like raises his gun to take aim at you.
I'm going to try
Supply.
to shoot him in the chest.
What's that? A pea shooter?
Yeah.
That's so.
Also,
That looks,
when,
pathetic,
go ahead. Finish your insult.
that looks pathetically primitive.
I'll show you pathetically primitive. Winner, you can fire.
Okay, I just gotta make sure I'm not.
Can I push the gun so it doesn't hit?
No, you're
Wait,
kind of like
what?
hanging behind a little bit. And also, these things are huge and extremely heavy.
17.
Okay, actually, you can try. You're probably not gonna succeed, but you can try. Roll me a brawling plus Dex.
Oh my god, I don't remember.
To beat a
Can I
17,
roll
by
to
the way.
defense?
Yeah.
Or is that my...
he's just gonna try and roll to interfere.
Okay.
You have to beat a 17 to make her like completely fuck up and
Yeah.
fail. So.
And even then, you're mostly just going to be budging it, and then the other two get to blow
Have
away.
their fun. Yeah.
Do I add strength or dex? Because you said it would
Just
be hard to
dexterity.
push out of the way. So. Okay.
Dexterity plus brawling. If you have brawling -2.
I got a 12. So.
Okay, yeah, no, you're like, wait, hold on, we should talk to. Then there's suddenly like the entire room, like it's like a thunderclap goes off in the room, and the entire back wall blows out along with the director.
Woohoo! I feel alive again.
At that, like a huge.
I'm pretty sure he might not.
Yeah, at that sound, like a huge motherfucker with like heavy like armor and a light machine gun comes charging down the hall, aiming at you guys and bellowing.
Bellowing, I'll find my portal yet.
I'm going
I'm going to take cover and
He has like
try to
pink
get my-
fluffy handcuffs on his
Oh
belt.
yeah.
Yeah, he has pink fluffy handcuffs and a Fluttershy plushie hanging off his gun.
Fucking hell.
Where's Cameron? Is he here or is he back
No,
in
he's
the question?
He's back in Nam.
He's probably back. No, he can be here actually.
Okay. Well, he has superpowers, remember? So.
Okay, well, this is actually an opportunity for one of the other two to do a little blasting.
Well, no, Jane, after failing to push the gun out of the way and watching the other director's chest collapse in on itself as he flew through the wall, she screams, "What the hell are you doing?"
What
So,
the hell are you
saving
doing,
the
you
world.
motherfuckers?
So as this dude's coming down the hall, he starts firing randomly, and like bullets are like pinging off like the ceiling, pinging off your armor, which is all like incredibly advanced beyond the point of him being able to hurt you.
All right, I'd like to shoot one of the
Go roll for it.
one. What the fuck is it called? My
Pulse round. Pulse rifle
Yeah,
round. Yeah.
one pulse round. Something tells me he'll somehow survive because he had like maximum hard to kill.
He did. You might want to fire more than one shot.
I'll shoot 2. Let's
Okay.
see. Right in the same place too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And because of the
I'd actually probably just for the sake of it, because like you're not going to really be using this too many more times, just fire a full burst.
I mean, sure, a full burst. How much is that?
Like a normal roll, but basically every success level is another hit.
Is this a dex or?
Dex plus your gun skill.
Okay. That's 20.
Okay, yeah.
Jesus
So that's how many
Christ.
successes is that?
That would be 5.
5 successes. All right, Belil, I want you to roll me 5d8.
5d8.
5d8 times 5.
Oh man.
Or I can roll 5d8s for you.
No,
That's
I'm
not
doing
done.
it.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
And then you multiply
So
each
that-
of those by 5.
Each of those by 5, or is it all
Yeah,
together?
it's 5d8 times 5.
5d8, and
I
then
guess it.
each one of them is times 5. Basically, if you just roll them all in times 5, that actually comes up to the same thing.
Okay, so that's 100
Okay.
total.
Okay, yeah, so, like, his armor is like, advanced for the time. Like, he's basically wearing, like, for what modern time would be invulnerable SWAT armor. But with your super future gun, like, he suddenly just explodes in a giant, like, shower of green plasma energy. Behind him, Nero, you see, the lady from before screaming and suddenly charging at you with fumbling with her gun.
I would like to slice her in half.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Jesus.
After Zimmer, melts, eviscerates this man. I know that they don't in Jane's world. They don't have the F word, but she screams whatever the equivalent of
Funk.
"You're fucking monsters."
Wouldn't it be your bucking mon?
No, because that is a stupid
sure, yeah.
fucking like swear substitute that makes no sense. in
You
the
mean the
universe.
stupid bucking?
Fuck
swear
you.
substitute.
Rutting. You're all rutting
Fuck
monsters.
you.
there.
Fuck you.
Boom. Rutting. My God. Shut up. I'm letting you kill people. Just fucking roll your dice.
Okay, so it's that it's 13.
Okay, yeah. So that's yeah. How much damage did you do with that?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, basically, the lady who was fumbling with her gun suddenly just like slides in half. And
What do you
collapses
mean
with
we're
thumb-
monsters? We're saving the world!
In the best way, too.
God. Fucking
The director looks at
Don't
Jane.
even try diplomacy. We could have literally told him, "Sorry, your daughter's dead. You may as well give up on your plan."
Fuck that guy anyway.
Hear the very slow sound of the elevator descending.
What does the director do,
The
Duhad?
possibility
The director is
of
looking
betrayal.
shocked. Like, oh my God, I didn't quite expect this.
It removes the probability of betrayal in that he actually tries to go forth with this.
Jane starts running back to the portal.
Wait, Jane, no. He starts running after you, but you're going fast, very very fast.
Horse
Go
fast,
And yeah, suddenly you're through the portal, and as the director races behind you, but he's not like you get through before him. Do you do anything when you get through the portal?
I turn to the director and I tell him to close the portal.
He looks over at the ponies who are keeping it open. He's like, "Shut it down."
Oh God.
Bye, guys.
Zimmer would like to run.
The fucking
Yeah, you guys like turn through the
This
thing.
is the equivalent of XCOM when someone panics. Jane is freaking the fuck
all of you roll me athletics check to all of you roll me strength plus athletic.
Strength plus athletic what?
Just the athletic skill, or if not. This is an easy roll, by the way. Like this is not difficult.
Plus the athletics.
Athletic skill. It's a skill. Athletics.
Well.
Okay,
then
good.
It's not -2 if you don't have it. Just
I have a 9.
Okay, in
Okay,
that
that's
case,
enough.
I got another.
5. God damn it.
Uh-oh.
okay. So
All
got
my
that.
players end up in different worlds. God.
I got a 13.
okay, so Noble and
Zimmer.
like leap through the portal, and his cat like stumbles behind after them, and then suddenly poof, closes in front of
Wouldn't
her.
it be a strength roll? Wouldn't it be a dex roll?
No, because
It
you're like
is-
pounding earth.
Shut up! It's easier for me.
It's fine. Look, you got like the thing closes behind you, and as you like slam into the wall behind you, you hear the like elevator clang to the bottom, and the sound of feet moving around. As people with guns prepare to sweep the area.
Fuck.
I'd
will-
say you should probably roll a stealth.
Yeah, that might actually...
Or she could try and shoot them in the legs with a RPG at point blank range.
Roll stealth.
Yeah.
Remember to turn on your thermal vision.
I have something. I thought I had something like that.
Oh no,
but
she
I
doesn't
never
show
bought
up on
it. That's
thermal
right.
visions. Fucking, it's total
It's
bullshit.
total bullshit. Broken iframes.
I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Okay, just roll dex minus 2.
11.
All right, let me roll for them. Okay, they fell. So yeah, you like hide, and they like sweep, and you hear a gunshot from where you left the guy in the wheelchair, and then there's suddenly a huge pressure on your mind, and your nose begins to bleed, and then it passes. And as you leave the room, you see that everyone else has died. Do you, take the elevator up and walk out into a world at once significantly less dystopic and yet so much more primitive than the... God fucking damn it, Skype just fucking crashed. What the... Sorry, Skype is fucking up. Hello?
Hey,
We
back.
noticed.
Yeah, right, sorry about that.
And then it just cut off.
I know, I noticed. Okay, so... sorry, a little Killer Queen and codec sound effects there for you. So yes, you, Cat, you exit out of the mansion of corpses and find yourself in a world seemingly less dystopic and quite a bit more primitive than the one you left behind. But you are able to make a deal with you after a while are able to make a deal with a clandestine organization that is interested in the technology information that you have. They're willing to set you up with a very decent situation in exchange for your help, but that is a story for another campaign. But for now, back on the equestrian side, you all, like the rest of you, arrive and the portal closes with a whoosh.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You almost trapped us in a fucking
You
pre-apocalypse
trapped
universe.
us.
I'm pretty sure we actually did trap someone in a different dimension.
And
You
upon
almost
that-
blew a man's
upon-
chest open.
upon
Yes,
Oh, wait a
that's what
minute.
we were
You
supposed
did.
to
upon-
do.
So are you saying that that the life of just a couple of people outweighs the life of an entire planet? Actually, two
Your
entire planets?
Planet?
That's an unfair question, and you know it.
Well, it's the question that was the situation, you dildo.
If my life and just a couple of others ended so then I could save my entire planet before it was glass, I would have.
You didn't need to kill him. We could have talked our way out of it.
But killing him's faster.
Kill the
This is
animals, save
exactly
the
what I'm
frames.
talking about.
See, we're supposed to save the frames.
Celestia comes out to you.
Don't think I haven't noticed he's wearing the skin of one of his kinsmen.
To be fair, he was a massive dick.
Yeah, that's a pretty weird thing.
The director looks closer to the skin. Is like, wait a minute. Oh my God, Dr. Gibran?
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, there was a... Wait, I thought he was a horse.
Oh my God, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, I mean, I wanted to do something with it. I'm not exactly about to sell this kind of thing on eBay. Besides, it's warm.
Just get him off this planet. Send him away. I don't think any of us ever want to see him again.
Oh, trust me, I would be fine without seeing any of you again.
Oh,
I'll have this ship prepared for you before my arrest.
Well, it was nice working with you in the time that you weren't a massive dildo.
Where? My guards are still here, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Chains go. Well, it's a damn good thing that, as I told you, Duhad, weeks ago, I was going to make copies of both what we had of the director's, what he looks like, and McNulty
Oh, yes, indeed.
from the ship's files. So I assume it's probably the old director?
Yes, it's the old director, not Director Cameron. But they don't necessarily know what Director Cameron looks like.
I think Jane was telling me about some of these, what did she call them? Replicants that she sent to the planet?
Oh. Indeed.
We could trick them long enough for the rest of us to get away if we sent them to their ship.
That's a devious plan. You remind me of myself. You really do, Jane.
I wonder why.
Is that what Jane is doing right now? Like the Jane AI?
Yeah,
doing?
she'll
Yeah.
go tell the
See-
replicant.
Yeah. So, as you like watch from above, you actually see the ship take off, and not long after Zimmer, you get a call via your comlink. Captain Zimmer, this is Admiral Maltese of the Abuse. We have
Yeah.
received the prisoner that I came for, and as they also came along with your delightful friend, we no longer have any. I no longer have any real issue with the rest of you. I hope you all have a pleasant, whatever it is you people do. Just stay away from my part of the galaxy and don't make me regret letting the rest of you go.
I'm sure we can make some deals out in the future.
She swirls a bit of the whiskey that had been prepared for her by
Humphreys.
by Humphreys, and is
Is he still there with her?
yeah, she's up there. He's up there with her, and it's like, I believe we might just. I'll make a note of in my records that your species is less dangerous than the previous director had indicated. We might be able to mend a few bridges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. Whatever the fuck the day colloquial is.
This is a strange planet, but yes,
Good cycle.
Yeah.
good cycle to you too.
Yeah.
The,
And then then they hang up.
Yep. Bloop. So yeah, then the Bojack slowly returns, piloted by pilot Hugh Mannings, and you see the ships in orbit take off one by one, except for your own personal ship. And just before Irons' ship leaves, like Irons' ship and the ship that Kat had been on stay around for a while, but eventually they message down their thanks to you and take off back to their own planet to hopefully rebuild. But your own ship remains in orbit, and the Weasley second command that you acquired calls down to you and says, Captain Zimmer, we were offered the ability to return with our colleagues to our home, and many of the crew took them up on the offer, most of the civilians, of course, but many of us have decided to remain. We await your return via the Bojack.
Yes. Make sure to make an indication of the remaining populations of my species. I think I have an idea.
Of course, Commander. We look forward to future profitable adventures with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, he hangs up.
Well, it looks like that's my indication to take my leave. And one more thing, Miss Celestia.
Yes?
One of your subjects, Jane Doe, in fact, said that you could provide me a reward upon saving your planet.
Celestia looks at Jane.
Is Jane still here? I thought she went to the ship.
Oh, well, like Flesh Jane, or is Flesh Jane on the Bojack as well, with her family?
Okay. Metal Jane, before he went into the portal, went onto the Bojack with her family.
Okay.
Flesh Jane was going to accompany everyone into the portal.
Yeah.
As we know. And then she came out.
She's the one that basically ruined Winter's character.
Well,
And then she had the idea for getting the replicants in place of the director and McNulty.
yeah.
Would she have gone back to the ship to do that, or did you just do that from?
She did that from the thing.
Okay, then she's still here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she looks at Jane's like, is this true?
No.
Well, even so, of course, you helped to save my planet. Any reward you feels appropriate will, of course, be provided to you, Captain.
All right. Well, I do need enough to rebuild my species.
I'm sorry.
You see, part of what motivated me to come here was sort of an event with my species in the past. I don't think you need all the details.
Well, if there was a tragedy on your homeworld, you could bring them here. We are, of course, for all the services you've done for us, we would be happy to help you rebuild. And in exchange, if you were able to assist us in achieving the same wondrous technology that you have, would be a more than fair trade to both of our people, I imagine.
Zimmer, thinking back at the how his species behaves. It's a bit more complicated than that.
I understand, of course, but
we will keep in touch.
thank you. I hope that our two species may, one day find friendship across the stars.
Yeah.
And,
It is magic, after all.
Yeah, and so she provides you with food and gold and all the materials you need to get back and help your planet to begin rebuilding.
Yeah.
And I assume in the time being, you kind of give her the basics of, interstellar communication and
Yeah.
all that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, as Zimmer is beginning to take off, is like getting everything ready to take off, she turns to Jane and the director. I am not sure what exactly I have to offer you. And like at this time, like the ship, the Bojack is returning, and on board it is Yoshikage McNulty, who is at this point just so utterly confused by everything that's gone on that he's just sort of accepting it. He walks out to join them. What can I do for, you who have suffered so much and yet done so much for our world?
Could make me an Alicorn.
That is a little more difficult than you might imagine, my dear.
Jane pulls out like a massive wad of papers. Look, I've even written up what my element would be.
She starts looking through it like, oh my, this is very creative, Jane.
It's
Little
like a really
cartoonish drawings.
It's like a parent who's trying to be nice to their kid about the sociopathic drawing they made of people hanging each other.
No, it's not really that. It's more just sort of like, oh boy, this is so nice. I'm going to put it on the refrigerator with this nice big magnet. Because it's so nice, we want to see it every time we look at the fridge. She's like, why don't I put you in touch with my faithful student, and she can help you work out something. She's a problem solver.
Sure.
Wonderful. She directs you off towards the group of ponies who you didn't recognize from earlier. And she turns to the director and McNulty and it's like, well, this is slightly awkward. So
Wait, where is Noble right now?
I assumed he was being given a ship to leave with, but what would you like Noble to do?
I mean, he's probably just going to stay there with the ship for a little bit, just to kind of observe all the ending.
All right, fair enough. So yeah, she looks at the director and McNulty and is like, well, I suppose since you are fugitives, I can at least offer you asylum. Your knowledge of space travel and dimensional, portals could really open up new avenues of research for us. We'd be happy to, give you more than comfortable accommodations and safety in exchange for your assistance. Zombie Cam as the director.
Sorry, what? Oh, I wasn't listening.
She's basically going like, yo, so, would you like I can make you a deal. I can like hand wave all of your crimes and give you asylum in exchange for you helping a bit.
That's fair, I guess.
All right. Well, excellent. We'll find accommodations for you both. She looks back at Major. Is like, well, sorry, fuck.
McNulty?
Yeah,
no.
Major Tom is suddenly here.
No, McNulty leads toward the director, somewhat stiffly, but she finally looks at Noble and says, "Noble, was it? Do you want anything else? You do seem to be just hanging around here."
Nah, I just kind of wanted to see how things ended.
Well,
This has all been kind of a lot of events, and I have quite a bit to go over with my lady when we're on our way to wherever we go. So
she nods. It's been a very strange sequence of events since you all arrived on my planet, but I'm glad to finally see them put to rest. Seems like everyone more or less, she looks at where the portal had closed, made it back safe and sound to where they started and are better off now than they were.
Hopefully she's gonna do all right.
She seems like a very tough young woman. I'm sure wherever she is right now, she'll be in good hands.
I am the ruler of these lands.
I should have been like, I'm sure she's with very stable, well-reasoned people. Nero's next character. So okay, you got an awesome sniper rifle. You're gonna be taking care of sniping any Black Book people we run into while we escort you. Also, our New Age's headquarters are being built up. It's gonna be super cool. We've got a shark tank.
Lead into the next XCOM campaign.
Into the next Connex campaign, yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, Cat.
And
Yes.
Cat
we
and
built
her,
a shark tank and we put lasers on the sharks.
Yeah, Cat and her crazy future tech are going to be a focus of the next
We
Connex
put
campaign.
lasers on the sharks and sharks on the lasers.
It's actually sort of a shame. I was hoping Zimmer would be caught in the past because Zimmer would be so excellent as like the focus of a Conspiracy X game, but
Oh my god.
But
Well, now Zimmer is going to be ready for a Bedfellows 3. As the leader of an entire new colony filled with his species.
indeed.
That's quite a that'd be quite a good contrast between this game where the humans rule the aliens, and then another game where the aliens control the humans.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, but if this if the Strange Bedfellows series continues, I kind of see this as a very natural ending point. It's a very clean wrap for all these wonderful characters. But who knows? Maybe in a year or so I'll be like, man, my plan for Strange Bedfellows 3 is so good.
I'm gonna end the world twice in this one.
The universe is all going to collapse in on itself in the most nuts way possible.
Alright, someone's going to do this in the name of heaven. And
Yes. There's oh, jeez. Okay, so is there anyone else who wants to do any more rap for their characters before we actually close the curtains on our heroes?
Yeah, well, Vic just kind of gets up and climbs onto the ship he was given and just goes, well, let's say you and I just find a quiet place to settle down for a little while. I think I've had enough excitement for quite a long time. Who are we kidding? I'm probably gonna fuck shit up. Let's go!
The hatch on your ship closes and you blast off into the orbit. Cecile looks after you and shakes her head. Lord. The strange bedfellows we find ourselves with. And that's a wrap. Pshing. Thank you all for joining us on this incredible adventure, and I hope you all had fun with Strange Bedfellows and Strange Bedfellows 2. And moreover, that you guys have enjoyed Let's Roleplay as a series. It's been a hell of a lot of fun for me, and I hope for everyone else, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
So get used to it.
So so deal with it, suckers.
Yeah.
if you like it, support April on her Patreon.
Please,
And
please.
if not, you can suck my... No, we're not going to do that.
Please, no.
I'll,
Look forward to more Let's Read in the future as well.
Let's read.
Let's read and let's roleplay. Next time, next time more Major 2, hell yeah. But after that,
And
return...
next time, not more Living the Dream, I can tell you that.
Oh, shut up. Coming up on my next roleplay, Skullgirls 2 finally happens. The sequels never end.
Yay!
The year of the sequels.
It's
Not
like
really.
Disney.
See you next time.